Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more esports talk. Yesterday we had a bombshell of a story dropped by Wall Street Journal detailing different accounts of Bobby Kotick, that is the CEO of Activision, who apparently knew about many of these cases and allegations of sexual harassment that were found in the company earlier in the year, as well as some other accounts of when he was actually involved in these as well. We are going to get right into it because we have a lot to go through. I'm going to do my best to summarize the situation instead of just reading everything, but once again, there is quite a lot to get into. Right off the bat, we see an instance where a woman who worked at the COD studio for Sledgehammer said that she was assaulted twice by her supervisor after she was pressured into drinking, and when she reported the incidents to HR, nothing happened. They were supposedly in out-of-court settlement with the woman, and Mr. Kotick decided not to inform the company's board of directors about this alleged harassment. Then, as we know, in August, Activision named Jen O'Neill the first female co-head of Blizzard, after which the month later she sent an email to a member of Activision's legal team in which she professed a lack of faith in Activision's leadership to turn the culture around, saying it was clear that the company would never prioritize our people the right way. She described a party for Activision development that she attended with Mr. Kotick around 2007 in which scantily clad women danced on stripper poles. At the same party, the DJ encouraged female attendees to drink more so the men would have a better time. Mr. Kotick, of course, claims to have no knowledge of that situation and that he did not attend the party, and weirdly enough, Miss O'Neill now not at the company anymore. But it only gets worse from there. This is where it really amps up, guys. Bear with me. Then we have Dan Bunting, who is the co-head of Activision's Treyarch studio, who was accused by a female employee of sexually harassing her back in 2017. And after Activision launched a whole investigation into the situation, HR recommended that he was going to be fired, but Bobby Kotick himself intervened to keep him at the company. Back in 2020, 30 female employees who worked at Activision's Esports division wrote an email to their unit's leader saying that they had been subject to unwanted touching, demeaning comments, exclusion from important meetings, and unsolicited comments on their appearance. Bobby Kotick again knew about this email, but the only thing they did was to provide inclusion training to the esports leadership team. And then I think the part that sounds the most crazy to me would be this next segment where we see that Bobby Kotick was actually accused of mistreating women himself, one of which telling a former assistant in a voicemail that he would have her killed, and the other went on a private jet that he co-owned, telling a female flight attendant that I'm going to destroy you. Those are both very old instances. The voicemail one that Bobby Kotick actually apologized for and said that he wished he hadn't exaggerated so much in the voicemail, and the other one where he claims he has no knowledge of it. Once again, there is a lot more in that, but let's get into the response that we have seen so far from Activision Blizzard, where Jason Schreier points out that the stocks had been plummeting yesterday and still are, where a spokesperson for Activision Blizzard said, "We are disappointed in the Wall Street Journal's report, which presents an inaccurate and misleading view of our CEO. Instances of sexual misconduct that were brought to his attention were acted upon. Wall Street Journal ignores important changes underway to make this industry's most welcoming and inclusive workplace, and it fails to account for the efforts of thousands of employees who work hard every day to live up to their and our values." There was then also an employee walkout that happened as soon as this story came out. People decided that they were going to walk out, demanding that Bobby Kotick resign from the company. This is employees of Activision Blizzard. We also had the board, who decided to support Bobby Kotick in this situation, sending out an email saying that they remain committed to the goal of making Activision Blizzard the most welcoming and inclusive company in the industry. Again, the same thing that the representative said. They remain confident that Bobby Kotick appropriately addressed workplace issues brought to his attention. And then, guys, last but not least, we had a video that was actually sent out to all the employees. I could not get a hold of the video, but they released a transcript of it, and this is a video of Bobby Kotick himself talking to the employees, kind of addressing the situation. He goes on to, quote unquote, reiterate my conviction to create the most welcoming and inclusive workplace yet again, and says that there is more to do to become the model workplace we aspire to be. There's an article today that paints an inaccurate and misleading view of our company, of me personally, and my leadership. He says he wants to point out two things. The first being that everyone is so committed to this constant improvement, and then the second being, quote unquote, anyone who doubts my conviction to be the most welcoming, inclusive workplace doesn't really appreciate how important this is to me. We are moving forward with a new zero tolerance policy for inappropriate behavior, and zero means zero. Any reprehensible conduct is simply unacceptable. Over the last few years, our industry industry has had an uncomfortable spotlight that's been illuminating opportunities for us to change, and we must all, including me, embrace this need for change so we can bring our very best selves to the very best place to work. Of course, I will let you guys make your own decisions about this and decide how you feel about the situation. I do think part of it is a little bit strange. They continue to kind of go down the path of, hey, this is inaccurate, it's not true, and I don't remember a lot of those situations that you guys are reporting on, and we are moving forward with this zero tolerance policy. And this is important because we are making changes, but it feels a little strange when your employees say, okay, that's great, and we understand that we're moving forward, but it feels weird that someone that has all of these allegations against him is our CEO at the company. How can we appropriately move forward when all of this is out there? We will just have to wait to see what is confirmed, what is not. These are all allegations at this point, but there is quite a lot out there with this article by Wall Street Journal, guys. Let me know what you think, and until next time, I'll catch you later.